Hi everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back. Today we're going to do the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge number 3, which is hosted by Amy at Crafty Cat. And the way that it works is on Mondays, she pulls out 2 prompts from her little bag, and you're to make 2 pieces of ephemera with the prompts that she has drawn. It is a 25-week challenge with 2 prompts every week. So at the end, you should have, if you do 1 piece of ephemera for each prompt, you should have 50 pieces of ephemera to use in journals in the future, which is a great way to use up your stash, and it's also a great way to have some things ready to go into journals that you're working on. She had kind of intended for this to be for Christmas, but she did make the prompts generic enough that you could make ephemera for other occasions too, whether it be, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate at that time of year, or you could do winter. I am doing some that are fall. I am doing some that are just really not holiday oriented at all. For example, like this one, which is just butterflies that I could use, basically in any journal that I make. So this week, the 2 prompts are hat and blessing, and I am doing actually fall for both of these. So actually one's fall and one's more Thanksgiving kind of thing. So I'm going to move, I store mine in this little Tim Holtz file drawer box, just so I have a place to put them, so that I can keep them all together and go through them as I'm making journals to pick out things that I want to use. And since I am working on fall journals right now, that's kind of why I'm in the fall frame of mind. So for my bases today, I am going to use time cards. And so it's just a regular old time card. It's a one-sided time card, and I just folded up the bottom, and I'm going to make that part a pocket. So that's where I'm starting, and to start, I'm going to get everything all inked. And of course, as always, inking is, your personal preference. If you don't want to ink, don't ink. It's not a requirement. And as I mentioned in a previous video, I am using gathered twigs because I like the color of that with the fall stuff that's going on. So that is my color of choice for working on these fall journals. For inside the pocket, I have taken just a piece of digital paper, just a scrap, and kind of gave myself a background for a little vintage advertising card that I'm going to use. So I've just cut that out and backed it with some file folder. And then this is going to be my focal point. And it is a vintage advertising card for tea and coffee. Importers and Traders Tea Company in Baltimore. And it has this cute little girl with her drum and her dog, and they're both wearing silly little hats. So I think that fits the prompt pretty good. And I'm going to glue this on here. Kind of like that. I want it towards the bottom, and this was not cut by me, and it was not cut very straight. So we're going to straighten it up just a little bit, I believe. Let's see if I can do it with this. Whoever put this in their scrapbook cut this, and I'm sure they just hand cut it, as old as it is, and it's needs a little bit of straightening up. So we're gonna try and straighten it up just a tad. I'm using the decal trimmer just to put a little more interesting edge on it. Sorry, I know that thing is really noisy when you cut with it. There we go. Alright, so let's glue this on. I'm using our glitter glue. Maybe I am. I just opened my glue for the day. This glue, I have been using Fabri-Tac earlier and some textile glue to glue a cover on one of my journals, but I haven't used the art glitter glue today. There we go. We got it going down. Alright, so I'm going to drop this a little bit toward the bottom because I'm going to put a topper on. Okay, and for my topper, I want to use some ribbon. I'm going to cut a little bit of this. I have to have enough to wrap around, but I'm going to cut a little bit of it off. And I'm going to use some of this goofy little string and some cheesecloth and let's do it this way. And then I have this button that I'm going to put on here, like that. Now, I'm wondering, do I want to sew that button? Let me see if I can get this big needle through here. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to get some orange thread. I think the orange will look good. I'm just going to quickly, I hope quickly, kind of sew this little clustery thing together. Oh, I think I want to use some of these little leaves too. This is a huge eye needle. You would think that I could thread it without a problem. But obviously that's not going to be the case. I'll go in there. Alright, let's see if we can get this through here, because it is a blunt, kind of a blunt needle, because it's the one I use for binding, so it's not got like a really sharp point on it. And I'm just going to go through once because I'm going to glue it, so it's not like it has to really operate as a button. All right. So then that can go on there. Do I want to double it? Do I want to put something on the back? No, I think it'll be all right. So let's put some glue on here. Just gonna add some extra glue, just to kind of keep it all together. All right, so there is our tag that is gonna fit down in there. All right, so now for the pocket, I'm going to use this little piece of cardstock scrap. Ink it up real good. Wrinkle it up a little bit. I'm going to glue that right down there. Like that. And then so I don't lose any room in the pocket, I'm actually going to take this ribbon and wrap it around to hold the pocket shut. like that. And that way I don't lose any space inside my pocket. I got the back of it nasty with ink. And I'm going to use double-sided tape, I think, to put that down. I think it'll be sufficient. Just going to pull it really tight. Wrap it around, and that'll hold my pocket shut. Now, I've got another piece that I'm going to put right across there. And I was going to do the same thing, but now that I'm looking at it, I think I might pull this and kind of tie it on the side. So it look kind of cute with a little hanging down tails. Hanging down is a technical term for those of you not familiar. Okay, now I'm going to do another little cluster, kind of the same kind of lines as I did the one on the top. So we're going to take some of this cheesecloth and we're going to take our little brown eyelash yarn and then some little leaves again, and another button. It's the same kind of button. And again, I'll sew those together real quick. Oops. Tie a knot. Tie a bigger knot. I tied a knot, it just wasn't big enough. Turn the leaves the other way here. There we go. It's kind of hard to get this thread through, or this needle through all this, because it doesn't have a sharp tip on it. Doesn't want to play. There we go. And I'm sorry if I'm off screen there. I just have to get it close enough that I can see it. Alright, so then that will glue on there. Make sure and flip my little tail here the right way before I glue that. And then we'll glue it. I'm going to use our glitter glue, but I'm going to clamp it since we're going to do the other one, and by the time we get done it should be dry. Sorry, I'm grabbing a binder clip here. Hopefully this one will reach. Alright, so we'll let that dry a minute and we'll do the other one. So for the other one, I found in one of my children's books, and I did already make the clusters for this one, so it won't take us long. This little Thanksgiving picture, and I have for my blessing, it just says, "We thank thee." There was a big old long thing, but of course I don't have room for that, so we're gonna ink around this and do kind of the same process for this one. And this was a children's primer, you know, reading book, talking about Thanksgiving and the first Thanksgiving, all that. And I'm going to glue it on this black background just to put just a little bit of a black edge around it. And I'm going to take this little cluster, which way? This way, and put it in between the two layers so that it's like a little tab. So let's do our tab first. Then we will glue a card on here. Oops. Like that. Let's ink up our card again. And put our little background piece on there. And for this one, I just tore a piece of fabric to use to wrap around. And again, I'm going to use the double-sided tape. Got it a little long. Now on this one, I'm dropping it a little lower because I'm going to put the little "we think thee" up here. So it's a little longer. So we'll go ahead and, or lower, I'm sorry, not longer, lower. So we'll go ahead and put that on. Sorry if I was too low. Sometimes when you've been in here working and then you go to film a video, you forget that you've got to keep things higher up. This 3 doesn't mean anything other than I wanted another black element, and I like numbers, so that's the point of the 3. I guess you could say there's 3 of them that are going to show, even though there's 4 of them in the actual picture. And I wouldn't care to stamp something on that. Just kind of make it stand out a little bit. Let's put her, oh, I didn't do that top edge. Can I get in there? Yeah. All right, let's see if our card fits. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I'm going to put a tag shape on it. Woo! Fumble. All kinds of little paper bits in there. Okay. I feel like I need to strengthen that. I'm going to put another piece of fabric on the other side because I feel like it's kind of flopping around. I'm just taking a piece and gluing it on the back there. just kind of give it a double layer. Yeah, that's better. That's going to make it stand up better. And then I could, and probably should, take a piece of coffee dyed paper or something to cover this so you could write on it. Let's see, let me grab one. I do not make my own coffee dyed paper. I have in the past, and to be honest, I can't stand the process. I don't drink coffee, and so I'm not particularly fond of the smell. And so I get mine from Paper Baker on Etsy. And it does not have a really strong smell. And she does an excellent job. And she has all kinds of different things available. And this is not going to work. It's not going to tear that way. I don't even care that if it fits the whole back. I just want something on there. That's pretty dang close, so good job, me. Actually, I'm going to trim this other side too. I'm sorry about this trimmer, guys. I don't know why it has to be so loud. Let's straighten that up just a tad. Get my glue book. I'll use just glue stick to glue this. Now, I have tea-dyed paper before, and, you know, that is fine. I just don't like fiddling with it because I feel like that it takes so much time that I could be doing other things that I just get frustrated when I'm doing it. I know that's crazy. So I would rather order it and spend my time doing something else. Alright, so edge. What is it about edges? Can never get them. Hopefully this is gonna fit. What am I catching on? What am I catching on? I can't be catching. There's nothing there. I mean, it's not glued. It's not glued on the sides. Is it still too wide? I think it is. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get it in there. because of my topper. Alright, I gotta think this through. I don't want to cut that off. I'm going to cut this edge off. Alright, this way. It's not going to have much of a black edge on the sides by the time I get done, but that's okay. I'd rather it fit in the pocket. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's that one. Trim these strings off. And again, if I was not going to glue it down on the page, I would definitely clean up that back and put something on there to make that back look cleaner. But since we're going to be gluing it down on the page, then I'm not too worried about it. Alright, now let's put this one together. And I know that one should fit because it's not as wide. So there we go. We have our hat prompt. We've got our little doggy and little girl with their hats on. And then we have our blessings. So that's our 2 prompts for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And again, if you're interested in this challenge, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. And I believe she has, you can post your makes on Instagram, or in if you do a video, use the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 3, and she has a playlist on her channel that has all the previous prompts, and if you use that hashtag, then you can see everybody's makes that is participating on Instagram for sure, because I have looked at some of the others and they're amazing. So that's it for this video, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for Color Combo 2023. Until then, have a great weekend, guys. Oh, I will be back on Sunday. I probably will not make a video tomorrow because it's football. And, you know, football. Not a lot of things top making journals, but football season does. But I will be back on Sunday, and we'll be working in the fall journals. I do have one that is completely together, and it is this one. I did change the cover from my original thought, but I do have this one completely together. I have not embellished the inside yet, but it does have all the signatures and everything, and the papers roughed up. They're not inked yet, but they are roughed up, and so we'll be doing something with these on Sunday. I don't know what yet. I think it will depend on how far I get between now and Sunday with the other 2. But we will probably, if all goes as planned, start putting some ephemera on the inside. So I hope you'll join me for that. and I will see you guys then. And everybody have a great weekend. Bye.